Hello my lovely Floss Tube friends, we've got something a little different today. We've got a product review. So grab yourself a beverage of your choice, your stitching, and I'll be right with you. Hello everyone. See, I told you I'd be right with you. The title of the video basically gives the game away. It's a product review of mybobbin.com. So the lovely Olga, the COO of mybobbin.com, reached out to me back in December and asked whether I would do a product review stroke store review. Of course, I've jumped at the chance, so we'll dive right in. Now, problem was, I already videoed this once and then uploaded the video only for the video to crash, and I'd already deleted the backup file. So by that point, the whole unboxing of it was already done and I can't show you it. But I do have all the products here. So yes, you can't see it as it turned up, all beautifully packaged, but you'll get the gist of the charts. And hold up, my little friend is coming in to see us. Come on then. So basically, I was asked if I would do a product stroke online review. So my way of doing, excuse me, working from home and it's really early in the morning. So my idea of doing the product review was basically, it's not just about the products, is it? Because it never is. Because how many of us have had really crappy service? You know, you've gone to a store that you don't normally shop at, you order something and it's an absolute nightmare, or it doesn't turn up, or there's no communication. So for me, it's more about not just what I've ordered, it's also about the store, or, you know, the company that you're purchasing from. So mybobbin.com, just as a bit of background, recently opened their global market online store back in November of 2018. Prior to that, they were already doing business, but they were doing business more at the Russian market. So the fact that they had such good reviews on Reddit basically started to bring in English-speaking buyers. Well, that's how they ended up sort of deciding to go a bit more global and going with the global market online store. So for me, it was more about the impressions of the products, the advantages and disadvantages of using mybobbin.com, and basically just to give it a go. So here we go. This is just me telling you what I think. So when I placed my order, I decided that I wouldn't just place an order for kits to have something delivered. You know, they do PDFs. They do a PDF service as well as actual charts and kits. So because of that, I had decided that I would pick a PDF and I would pick a few of the charts just to see what the service was for a PDF download against the stuff that actually turns up anyway. Please bear in mind that also there was a Russian holiday between our Christmas, and when the charts turned up. I ordered, like I say, one PDF and I ordered 3 kits. Now, when you go onto their website, you'll see that they are a multi-craft company. It's not just cross-stitch. You know, they do long stitch, they do knitting, they do crochet, they do PDFs, they do embroidery, they do lace, they do ribbon, they do notions, they do accessories. You'd have to go onto their website and have a little look around, because they do a variety of things. It isn't just a charts and PDFs, it is a one-stop shop. So great place if you're looking to sort of buy bits and pieces and just get yourself going. So I'm waffling again, sorry. So back to the kit. So when I received the kits, they all turned up beautifully packaged, all wrapped in a lovely, beautiful paper with some, you know, lovely tape. But I can't show you that because I already did this once. But I can show you the kit. I can show you the kits that I got. So I decided to go with three totally different types of kits, purely to just get a view of a range of them. So I've got 3 of them. They're all by 3 different companies, stroke designers. Obviously, predominantly, they're in Russian. However, that's not to say that they're not in English either. So let's start. So the first one that I ordered was this RTO, and it's called Holly Winter. Here it is. This is the chart. I went with this because it was tiny and small, and I was thinking, well, I need to try and try something small. On first value, or on face value, and actually looking at this, it does actually look that it's, I mean, I don't know what RTO stands for. Normally if it's DMC, it says it's DMC, but it does have a DMC thread card. As you can see, there's very few threads there. It's a tiny project, and you'll see what I mean about how tiny this project is when I show you this even weave. So this one comes with an even weave fabric, and it's this big. It's tiny. I do believe this could be a perfect little train project. I mean, it's dinky. Look at that. So I was like, well, that's good. It's got even weave with it as well. When I've looked at the chart, again, yes, it has got Russian on there. But if I do this without showing you the chart, preferably. If you look at the instructions, yes, it's got Russian on there. But it's also got English on there. So it's not like you can't work out what you're doing, for those that don't know. See? Super easy. What's not to like? So that was kit number 1 that we got. Then I went with kit number 2, which this is called White Owl. So here it is. And as you can see, I can't even begin to tell you what the name of that company is because I have no idea. It's in Russian. So this one turns up as your typical kit, but I say typical kit, it's not like some of the kits I've had where I've had to sort of, it's just a bundle of thread. This actually comes all preloaded, which is fabulous. We'll pull it out for you. We'll share. Shall I share it? I have done this already once, which is the thing that annoys me the most. Nothing worse than doing a video and then you have to redo the same video. So as you can see, thread cards have got the numbers on the top, all beautifully wrapped. The thread itself looks nice and, I don't know, it seems a bit different to DMC. I mean, I'm not a kit person, you know this, so I don't know if this is some sort of kit thread, but it's almost fluffier. So it's going to be interesting to see how this stitches up, because for a little snowy owl, I think this thread's probably perfect. But never dealing with true kits before, this is a whole new experience for me. So I'm actually really quite looking forward to it. The fabric that comes in this one is an Aida. It's like an Hessian Aida. It's like really stiff. Probably perfect for a snowy owl. Colour is lovely. Is it for me? I'm not sure. If I can find an even weave that sort of matches this, then I would probably go with that. But that said, it's been a long time since I stitched on Aida. So maybe I should just try it on the Aida. But it is like Hessian, is the only way to describe it. It comes with a needle. So this is your type of kit that you order. You don't need to do anything with it. You just start stitching because it's all pre-ready. This is fabulous. So here's the instructions. Instructions are in Russian, English, Dutch, French, Spanish and Italian. There you go. So although it's coming from Russia and it is a Russian kit, it's got English for your instructions. Chart looks fabulous. It's in colour. It's very clear. Symbols don't look too samey, so that it's not like you're going to start making loads of mistakes. It's got the key on the bottom of the chart, if I can do this without sharing the chart with you. It's got the key at the bottom of the chart. What's not to like, huh? What's not to like about that? So really looking forward to trying that one. That one looks to be... It's exciting, isn't it? Especially since I'm not a kit person. This is sort of not my general normal stuff. So it's quite, yeah, it's almost like I just want to get one out and start stitching on it just to see. And lastly, the last kit that I've got, obviously these kits are the ones that I believe, I think Ginger Gerald stitched one. There's a number of people that stitch these, but it's the Riolas kits. This one is a 14 count. It's on a 14 count even weave, it says. No, it's not. It's an Aida. And it's called Compliments. Oh, with Well-Being. It's called. So here it is. Love that. As you can see at the top. Oh, she says it's got information in English. It's got information in Russian. And again, this one all preloaded, fabric included. What's not to like? I'm not going to open that one because it's the same as the other one. But although it's come from Russia and you're thinking, oh, well, it's all going to be in Russian, it's not. So as far as the kits are concerned, I'm loving this idea. And I can't wait to actually start on those. And then obviously once I start stitching on them, we can see what I feel about sort of the whole kit thing. So, which they will be going into my rotation this year. Probably not straight away, but they will be going in. So time-wise, so where's my shopping list? Shopping list. So I ordered the PDF and the kits on the 12th of January. And they turned up here on the 26th of the 1st. And like I said, bear in mind that there was also a Russian holiday through that time. So that's pretty quick turnarounds. In fact, for me, that's much faster turnaround probably than I can get it from the States or Canada, or which is where I predominantly get most of my stuff that I can't get in the UK. So delivery time, what wasn't to like? What wasn't to like? So lastly, the last thing that I ordered, like I said, was a PDF. So I thought I'd try a PDF just to sort of see what the service is like, see what the chart's like. So the one that I decided to go with was one that I think is called the Happiness Key. Obviously, I downloaded it and I printed it out for you so that I could show you the paper copies. So here's the piece. Obviously, it's got a big red ring around it so that you can't copyright that. Again, it's all in Russian, so I can't tell you what the name of that one is called other than the fact that it's the Happiness Key. Now, this one was slightly different in that all the information for this chart turned up in Russian. But I hear you go, oh, well, that's not very good because if you don't speak Russian, you don't know what you're doing. But that's not the case, actually. So what I did is when the PDF turned up and I plonked it into, I think I plonked it into my Dropbox or something silly. And then I've looked through and I'm sort of trying to look at the key and I'm like, well, I want to know what that says. I literally copy and pasted the text out of the PDF into Google Translate, translated it into English, and then put it, put a text box in. So, as you can see, the black text up the top here is in Russian. The red text here, that's me. So as you can see, when I put it in Google Translate, it's translated what that all says, which is great. So it's not like just because it's Russian, it's a Russian kit and it's turned up in Russian that unless you can read Russian, that you're going to know what it says. Because there are ways around it. And obviously Google Translate was my way around it. And it worked perfectly. This particular one, now I don't know about all the PDFs. Obviously, I think each designer must provide PDFs in a certain way. I'm not sure whether they're all formatted to the same way. This one comes with a black and white symbol chart. It comes with a coloured symbol chart. Then it comes with a black and white symbol chart with the coloured backstitch lines. And it also comes with a coloured chart with coloured lines backstitch as well. So that way, like sometimes you end up sort of thinking, well, I can't mark off too much of my chart because I won't be able to see where the backstitch is. You don't have to worry with this one. It comes, basically, it's got 4 charts on there, depending on which one you want. And obviously, one's black and white, one's colour. And then you've got another chart that is identical with the backstitch lines on it. So that way, when you get to the backstitch, you just throw the other chart away that you've marked all over and use the one for the backstitch. I think it's perfect. But something else that turned up that really blew my mind. I've never seen this in my life. I don't know if they do this in any other kits, but I got this. This comes with it. So I was thinking, what on earth is that? So as you can see, I done my Google Translate thing at the top and had a little look. And it's fabulous because basically it's an organiser for your threads. So what you do is you cut around the dotted line, you stick it onto a bit of card and you punch out these holes, and it's a thread card holder. But the thing that is fabulous on this particular one is if you look here, within that first block, it's got a left and a right column with the symbols in. Now, at first I was trying to get my head around because I was like, I can't really work out what's going on with this, or why there's two sides. But it's quite genius how it's been done. So in the right hand column are the icons for the mixed colours. So in other words, where you've got blended threads. Everything on a background of grey is a half stitch. So does that make sense to you? It makes total sense to me. So let me see if I can get a little closer and show it to you. So basically, when you look at your thread card, anything in a right hand column, so anything out of that, say for instance this one, those two columns, everything in the right hand column, such as this one here, number 5, is a blended thread. So it's basically two different colours mixed together. And it's right because you look for the blended thread in one and you can find the same blended cut, like the symbol for the blended thread, in another one, so that you know. But the other thing that I thought was really, really good is everything that's in the right hand side that is highlighted with a grey background is a blended thread that's a half stitch. Everything else in the left hand side is a full cross. So you know sometimes when you're looking at your chart, the chart isn't overly clear. If you use this as your thread card, you will know that everything in your right hand column is part of a blended thread. So you don't even need to refer back to the actual key. So whereas normally you would have to, let's go back. So normally you would have to work from this and keep referring back to your key for your full cross, your half cross. They're the two different ones. The beauty of this thread card maker is the thread card tells you, and it's got the symbols. It's got the symbols in the dual colour, so basically the mixed thread. Anything with the grey background that is on the right hand side is a half stitch blended thread. Everything without a grey background on the right hand side is a blended full cross. And then everything that sits in one of the left hand columns is just a full cross of a standard colour. I thought it was genius, absolutely genius. So yeah, I've got to be honest. Even though it turned up and it was all in Russian, my first instant thought was, oh, this could be interesting. By the time I Google translated it and realised what this actually was, I was really quite excited to start it. Needless to say, I've had to show some restraint and not start anything yet because I've still got a lot going on. So, what's not to like? Yes, it might be a Russian chart and it might be in Russian only, but it's not to say that you can't use something such as Google Translate to translate what it says from Russian to English. I thought it was fabulous. So I'm really looking forward. I mean, obviously, I can't wait to stitch it now. I really can't wait to stitch it. So as far as what has actually turned up, the products itself, I think it's great. The thing that I'm actually really quite excited about in all this is this has just opened the doors to things that you wouldn't normally be able to get your hands on. You know, these aren't, you know, all the Russian kits, the Russian PDFs, these are not the sorts of things that you can pick up from your local L&S. You know, you can't pick it up from so-and-so, or 123 Stitch, or, you know, Lakeside Needlecrafts. So if you're looking for something that's a little different, seriously, head over to mybobbin.com, because they have got stuff that is just different. And when I say different, I mean some of it is like some of the stuff that you can pick up in the UK or in the US or, you know, other states. But some of it, because it's Russian designers, it's something completely different. And there's so much variety. I mean, literally, you just sit there scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, looking through, I mean, and that's just the kits. That's before you even look at the PDFs. So as far as the products that they offer, there's a huge range, something for everybody. And like I say, if you're looking for something a little bit different, you're looking for something that you can't just go and get, you know, it's not your Mirabilia, it's not your this, it's not your that, it's not your, you know, Little House Needleworks. If you're looking for something that's a little bit different to what we normally have available to us, mybobbin.com and these Russian kits and the Russian charts are fabulous. So as far as the product itself, I mean, okay, no, I've not stitched them yet. We will do. We'll stitch them together and I will share them in my updates, and we can, you know, I can tell you what I think. But so far as what they look like, how they've turned up, I'm loving it. Love it. So on ordering the products, as far as customer service is concerned, I couldn't have asked for better. So I placed my order for 1 PDF and the 3 kits. Within a matter of minutes even, I received the email to confirm that the PDF was ready to download. So I got that instantly, almost. And like I say, when I placed the order for the kits, you know, I really don't think that ordering something on the 12th of January and it turns up on the 26th of January, when there's also been a holiday out there, I really don't think that's a bad service. When the order was placed, I got an email to tell me that the order, you know, was received. When they was processing the order, I got another email to tell me that my order was processing. And then I got another email when they said that it was shipping. So all the way through the process, I received an email to tell me. Some of the companies that we go to and that we deal with daily, you know, we place our order and the first we know about anything is either when it turns up or when we get a notification to say that your order's been shipped. But you don't get the whole, oh, it's been received, oh, it's being processed. I like that. I like to know that it's being received. And then I like to know when they've actually processed it. And yes, of course, I like to know when it ships. But the whole receiving information through the process of your order, I think is fabulous. And they've done an absolutely amazing job at that, at keeping me informed. So that at no point was I sitting there thinking was going to be interesting to see whether this turns up or not. Impressions overall so far, I think, are great. The service of mybobbin.com was great. The products so far, from face value, they all look fine. They look great. The charts are very clear to see. In fact, clearer than some of the other ones I've received in the past. So now just really to sort of, you know, advantages, disadvantages of ordering through mybobbin.com, global online store. So let's have a look at the website, shall we? As you can see, website is here. Here it is. Great stuff. It's all in English. Very easy to navigate. You sign in, you log in. It's got lots of information, how it works, how to buy, shipping and payment, offers, refer a friend. Doesn't get much clearer than that. It's got free returns, you've got free shipping, 100% authentic and secure payment. So covers everything that you need to know as far as purchasing from an online store. Everything, as far as I'm concerned, is great. The only thing that I would say that I think they need to look at, and I'm going to show this to you because, you know, I did say to them that I would be completely honest about what I thought about their service, their product, their online store. When you go into the drop down there, where it says shop department, there's a load of different drop downs, which is where you expect to find all of your bits and pieces. You know, they do the haberdashery stuff, you know, ribbons, lace, decorative buttons, charms and pendants. They do beads, of which is Mill Hill. They do various other ones. They do bead embroidery. They do beading kits. They do beading tools. They do your general stitching stuff. So they do patchwork fabrics, sewing threads, sewing kits, tools and supplies. Knitting and crochet, yarn, tools and storage. This is where it's slightly different. So when you click on the top one, which says Needle Art, as you can see on there, that shows all of their kits. So that shows kits, notions, threads and fabric on that page. And then when you click on cross stitch kits, it gives you the option to do some filtering down this side, but they have got so many different kits on their website. You need to go and have a little look because there's just so many of them. However, when I was sort of thinking, right, okay, well, I need to order a PDF. When you click on cross stitch patterns, which is where I would expect to find them, it says there's nothing in the folder. So this is where I would say I think they need to rethink this. So if you look up here in this top box, right here, it says 1,000+ patterns, exclamation mark, PDF instant downloads. Now to me, when I first started looking at the site, it wasn't clear because I was thinking that if the kits are in the needle art section and it's got cross stitch patterns as another drop down, as a sub menu, like as a folder to go and look in, I would have expected to have found the PDFs in there, but you don't. You actually find them by clicking on that orange line at the top, and as you can see, it says cross stitch patterns. See, and then there is just so many different PDFs. The only thing on the website that I think wasn't overly clear where it could be done slightly differently would be to put the PDF charts into the folder that says cross stitch patterns. Personally, I don't know what everyone's thought is. Some people would say that cross stitch patterns means that it's an actual pattern that's going to arrive rather than being PDF to you, whereas PDF is PDF. But to me, if it's just a pattern, regardless of whether it's PDF or it's something that you're going to get in the post, I think it makes sense that it goes in the cross stitch patterns so that it's all in one of the folders down the right hand side. Everything else is in one of those folders, so I don't understand why the PDFs are up here in this little orange box. And because when I was actually looking for it, I was looking for a folder, it took me a little while to realise that the PDFs were actually up there. I don't know, maybe it's me. But for me personally, I would say my only little niggle, and I say it's little because it's almost insignificant. Once you know where the little PDF charts are to look at, it's easy peasy. But if they want to make the website super clear to everyone, if it says needle arts and then it says kits and then you've got another folder that says cross stitch patterns, as far as I'm concerned, the PDFs really should be in the patterns, even if they've done a subfolder for cross stitch patterns and then underneath that cross stitch PDF patterns, but just not just across the top. Because at first I was looking all over the site because I'm like, well, where's the PDFs then? I'm sure she said that there was PDFs. Then all of a sudden it sprung out at me. So yeah, that's my personal take on it. Take that with a pinch of salt, of course. So there you go. Product review done. What can I say? Service, fabulous. Communication, fabulous. Delivery time, fabulous. PDFs, clarity of the charts, you know, they're not hard to read, they're not unclear. I think personally it's win-win. I mean, I will definitely be going to that website and ordering stuff as and when I want something that's just a little bit different. Something that I can't pick up anywhere else, because where else are we going to get our hands on Russian kits, Russian PDFs, something that's a little bit out of the norm, something that's just a little bit different. So there you go, that's my take on it. Can't wait to stitch some of the stuff, and obviously I'll take you along for the ride. With that, I now need to go and do some work because the time is 8:30. So Until next time, bye bye for now.